Good morning, my little bees. This is Miss Beth's science class. Zzz, don't get stung by the bees. They are making honey behind me. Why do bees make honey? Let's find out. We're going to watch a video. Miss Beth will talk throughout the video, okay? Let's go. Hit play.
Hi, it's Doug. Honey, that sweet, delicious stuff that just tastes so good. There's nothing quite like honey, is there? Syrup is similar in color and it's sweet, but it tastes different. Someone named Linda has a question about honey. Let's give her a call now.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Linda.
I have a question for you. How do bees make honey?
That is a great question. The fact that bees make honey is something most of us hear about, but it's not something most of us have actually seen for ourselves.
Wow.
So for a lot of people, including adults I talk to, the whole thing is kind of fuzzy, maybe a little confusing even. Something about flowers, and then they come back to a hive, and, well, something happens.
What do you think is going to happen? The bees are on the flower. They go back to the hive, he said. How do the bees make honey?
It almost seems like a secret recipe. What is it that bees are doing in that hive? Figuring this out isn't easy. It's not like bees can tell us. And bees are really kind of secretive. They live in a hive. We can't just pop our heads in there and check it out. Plus, they've got those stingers. They really wouldn't be happy about that if we did. But there is a way to get inside a beehive and see what's going on. Can you guess?
Let's discuss. How should we get inside the beehive? I need someone to tell me. Should we stick a stick in there? Should we put our heads in there? Should we crack the hive open? How should we get inside? Let's see what's going to happen if we get inside the hive. Okay, let's keep going.
Well, one possibility might be to wear a bee suit where you can't get stung, and then use tiny lenses and cameras to look inside the hive. And that is one thing we can do. In fact, even easier than that, many bees are willing to live in hives constructed by people. So if you make clear sides, you can actually watch what they're doing. By creating these see-through hives, scientists have been able to carefully observe what bees do and have unlocked the secret of how bees make all that sweet, delicious honey. If you watch a hive, you'll see bees coming and going. You might know that bees are very busy, flying around from flower to flower, then coming back to the hive. But what are they doing? Watch as a bee lands on a flower. You'll see it has a little tongue right there. You see that? Here's another video where you can really see the tongue. This one on a bumblebee. Inside of every flower is a tiny pool of sugar water that's made by the plant. This is what's called nectar.
So now we see the bee sticks out his tongue and he takes the nectar from the flower. A lot of you already know. We talked about this earlier this year, I think. Somebody said, I don't know who it was. Was it you, Maria? You know that the bees get their food from the flower.
It's such a tiny amount to us, it's hard to even notice. But on flowers like this one, called honeysuckle, you can actually taste it. It's nothing like honey at this point. It's clear, it's very runny, and only just a tiny bit sweet. But it turns out that bees aren't slurping it because they're thirsty. When they do this, the nectar goes into a special honey stomach for storage. Once a bee gets back to the hive, things start to get a little weird. They spit it out again and pass it to other bees, who spit it out and in turn pass it to other bees. And they do this a few times. This part might seem really gross, and scientists were confused by it at first. But by studying the bodies of bees, scientists were able to figure out that inside the honey stomach, bees have a special liquid called an enzyme that, as it mixes with the nectar, makes it thicker and stickier, more and more like honey. So by passing it back and forth like that, bees are adding more and more enzyme to the nectar. This is what turns nectar into honey. Once they've done this enough
Let's pause here. They put the nectar into their stomachs with the enzyme and they make honey. That's what we like to eat.
times, they store the liquid honey into little containers they make out of wax. This is called the honeycomb. Why are bees doing all this? It's not for us.
Why are the bees putting all the honey in their little honeycombs? And by the way, what shape is the honeycomb? Can you say what shape is this here? What shape is the honeycomb? If you said it's a hexagon, I know you all know the hexagon. Is this a circle? Is this a square? Is this a rectangle? No, it's a hexagon. The bees love the hexagon shape. They make their comb out of it. All right, let's keep going.
They make all of this honey to feed their babies. For that reason, it might seem mean of us to take honey away from them. But almost all of the honey that gets sold in stores doesn't come from wild bees. Instead, people raise bees on farms, just like other farm animals. The bees
Would you like to be a beekeeper? Would you like to see the bees?
on farms make much more honey than their babies need. So farmers collect that extra honey and sell it to people. So in summary, bees make honey by collecting a sugary water called nectar from flowers, and then allowing that nectar to mix with a special substance inside one of their stomachs. That's all for this week's question. Thanks, Linda, for asking it.
Thanks, Linda.
The world is full of incredible wonders. Before you vote on next week's question, we put together some amazing visuals that we'd love to show you. Take a look inside, or if you don't have time, you can skip straight to voting.
All right, let's talk about the 5 amazing facts about bees. Can you explain to me
Number 5.
how do bees make honey? The bees go to the flower, they take the nectar from the flower, they put it in their stomachs, mix it with the enzymes, and then they put it in the hexagon comb, and that's how they make honey. Who likes honey? Does everybody like honey? Miss Beth likes honey. I love honey. I like to put honey in my smoothies. I like to put honey on my toast. I like to put honey in my tea. I love honey, okay? Do you like honey? All right, let's see the 5 facts about bees, and then I want you all to draw your bee and show me how does the bee make honey. Okay, let's see some facts here, okay? Ooh, these bees made blue honey. Bees usually make yellow honey from sweet yellow nectar. These bees made blue honey. What sweet thing did they eat to make the blue and red honey? What do you think they ate? Did they eat apples? Did they eat blueberries? What did they eat? Let's see. They ate M&Ms and cherries. That is how we got blue and red honey. Let's move on. Number 4. Let's see. This beekeeper is pulling up carpet in a bedroom to get under the floor. Why do you think he's doing this? He's getting his suit on. He heard a buzzing sound under the floor, and look what he's found. It's an entire beehive, and it was under the floor. Wow. And these are busy bees making honey. Let's keep going.
Number 3.
3. Check out this giant swarm of bees. They follow this car for days. Why do you think the bees won't leave this car alone? Let's find out. A special bee, the queen bee, accidentally got trapped in the car. The swarm was trying to save her. Look how big the queen is.
Number 2.
Number 2. Imagine you wanted to move bees to a different place. What could you use that wouldn't hurt them? Think like an inventor. How could we get these bees and move them to another place? Would we put them on a piece of paper? What would we do? Would we put them in a bucket? We would scrape them off into a bucket? Would we put them in our arms? Let's see, how did they get these bees? Oh, people use vacuum cleaners to move bees. This was a vacuum safely tucked her bees in a bucket so people can move them. Wow. Number?
And now the last one.
These all look like bees, but only one is the real bee. Which one do you think is the bee? Why? What do you think the others are? Which one is the bee? Is this the bee? Is this the bee? Is this the bee? Is this the bee? Think and decide which one is the bee. Only one is the bee. Did you make a decision? Let's find out. This one is the honeybee. This is a wasp. This was not a bee. This is a fly. And this is a beetle. All right, that concludes our bee lesson for today. Everyone be happy. Be happy, okay? Go back and rewatch this video if you want to learn again how bees make honey. And there's a worksheet. I want you guys to make your bee, draw your bee, and show Miss Beth, how did your bee make honey? What did your bee eat? Is your bee yellow? Did it eat flowers? Is your bee blue? Did it eat M&Ms? Did your bees eat cherries? Is it red? What did your bees eat? Show Miss Beth, okay? Until later, I will see you.